Based off of all of the information that I've gathered, Chad's death was not an accident.
I don't understand.
Well, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted you to hear it from me, you know, going into this. Like I said, we have pulled so many resources in on this, and we have used so much technology on this. We know how this happened. And Nikki, I think you know how too.
I came out here to check. My husband sent a text message that he didn't come in today, and I've been good 3 days, and so I'm coming here to check. And I walk in, I open the back door, and I walk in, and the house is smoky. I can't get in the door. It's smoky in the house.
Okay, so you see smoke?
I can see inside the,
Okay.
and like our wash machine's black, and it's just smoky in there, and I can't get in the door.
Okay, do you see any flames at all?
I don't.
Okay, and you were coming here to check on who again? I'm sorry?
Check on my husband. I've been out for a few days.
Okay.
And he never called and said he didn't come in at all. And I tried calling him,
Okay.
no answers. They tried calling him, no answer. So I said, I was just swamped. I couldn't get away at work today, and I'm coming out now because I'm off work, and he can't get in the door. And when I looked, everything was black. So I
Okay.
died. So I want to go in and check.
Slow. Okay, Nikki, calm down for me, okay? Nikki.
As emergency help arrived, the lifeless body of 42-year-old Chad was discovered in his bedroom, but the cause of his death remained elusive. As investigators dug deeper, they unearthed unsettling evidence, a chilling combination of 2 gunshot wounds and traces of fire accelerant.
We were able to identify a shotgun that was laying on the bed.
It was a 12 gauge. It was an over-under break action shotgun.
These were birdshot shells. They contain a large amount of small BBs, which are generally used to shoot foul game and small birds.
It became evident that this was no ordinary tragedy. There was something more sinister at play. As the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, the focus of the investigation turned towards Nikki Sue Ensel, and this intensified the need for a detailed interrogation. Join us as we delve into the gripping interrogation clips which show the facade of what seems to be an emotionally fragile and helpless wife crumbling down.
Time so I can get through this and get it done. Like I said, I cleared my schedule. I might have to jump out to take a phone call here now and then, just because I can't completely hide away. Once again, I apologize so much. I couldn't get back to you. Like I said, I was in court. Judge doesn't let me take phone calls or anything, so.
I'm sorry, I just needed.
No, and Nikki, you don't have to apologize for that. And I can't tell you how sorry I am. Okay, that's me. I'm sorry for that. Everything else going okay?
I went to the store yesterday and Jeffrey said in the car and I got for him. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Nikki, I don't want to put you through any more than you need to. Like I said, that's why I wanted to do it one last time, so we can get all this done. And like I said, so that way tomorrow after you're done, you can grieve, move on, take care of your family, get all that stuff. You know, and like I said, it's going to be a long road ahead for you. But I want me to quit harassing, or to bothering you in this process. So this is what I'm going to write my report off of. To finish this up.
The investigator uses a standard calming tone to break the ice and make Nikki more comfortable in his presence. He uses the phrase, "Let's get done with this," which comforts the suspect and makes them feel like they are in the same boat.
Nikki, I know you had your catering business. Where else do you work again?
Community Options.
Okay, so what's the name of your catering business?
Nikki Savory Sweets.
Nikki Savory Sweets.
And I did
It's called Northwood Cottage Ross. I got everything out of our home.
Oh, okay. So that's just out of your home, you do when
Yeah,
you're
you can
breaking
do
there?
Northwood Cottage Ross.
So that explains all the big, like 100 pounds of sugar and flour. I was like, holy, they must. Okay, and yeah, alright. Well, you said it, I just never put it together, I guess. Nikki Savory Sweets, and then also.
I rated it underneath Northwood Cottage. Like, that has to be disclosed.
Okay.
It has
I'll
to
put
be.
that, I'll just write that in right when I'm writing the report.
I have to have that on there.
Here in this part of the interrogation, as the interrogator seeks to gather background information and establish a rapport, Nikki appears quite composed and responsive. She provides the interrogator with detailed information, speaking in a steady and clear voice, reflecting her clear state of mind.
When did you start to notice his drinking increase? Like when the relationship?
He wanted to leave. Tricks of his mother. He was not happy there.
When was that?
2 years.
2 years ago? So that's when this all kind of started? When you started noticing it, I guess?
Well, he's always during our entire relationship.
Right. But when you said it, you said you saw it increase.
Really bad, about 2 years.
Okay. So that's 2 years ago, so about 2018?
17.
Okay.
In this clip, Nikki's demeanor contrasts with the body language she was previously exhibiting. Her voice and tone are reactive rather than responsive, indicating her discomfort. She takes time to answer the interrogator's questions and displays emotional undertones. Such tactics are often employed by criminals to manipulate interrogators. However, it is too early to draw conclusions about her guilt. Let's dig a little deeper.
So what are all your conditions again?
I have MS, neurodegenerative nerve disease. So all my distal that are degenerating in my body. And then my cancer. And I have anemia really bad.
In this clip, Nikki's hands begin to fidget as the interrogator delved into more intricate and personal questions. This physical response indicates growing anxiety as the suspect feels cornered and vulnerable. In such situations, generally the interrogator faces two choices: maintain the intensity of the interrogation and observe their reactions, or adopt a more subdued approach and monitor their responses. During the course of the interrogation, Nikki reveals that Chad had a drinking problem, which negatively affected their marriage. She further mentions that she had to move out and live alone because the heater in their house was not functioning, and Chad did not try to fix it. The extreme cold made it impossible to stay indoors without a working heater.
Then Thursday got up and went to work, just like any other day. Thursday I had a packed day. Thursday was nuts.
Yeah.
It was like running from like the minute I entered in the door.
Yeah.
And then a phone number came across my phone. I didn't know who it was. And then I got a client, so I answered, and it was Cole from his work. And he said, Chad didn't come to work. And I said, I don't know. I said, I haven't been home for a few days. I said, I can't get away. I said, I have a super busy day. I have clients all day, and he says, you know, can't take people to your home.
Right, yeah. Well.
And I said, I'm sorry, I can't get away. I said, I tried calling, text him, and he goes, will you let me know what you find out? And I said, yes. So I tried to call him, tried to text, I didn't hear anything back, and I had to get ready for my next client. And then he sent me a message saying that they had been out there and his truck was there, and he didn't answer. And I just said, you know, I would get away as soon as I could, but I just couldn't. And then I had my meeting at work it starts at 4 o'clock. We have our end-of-the-day meetings.
Okay.
You know, end-of-the-day meetings. And after that was done, I headed towards home at 5 o'clock. And we said, oh my gosh, we're in the other car. It smelled funny. No. I didn't know because it smells funny out there. And I walked up the door. I couldn't get in the door. And I looked in the window and I see all the black. So then I called you guys. You guys came.
Okay. Well, like I said, then we kind of talk from there. When you got there, I mean, you said you saw the smoke at the
It
door.
smells smoky. I know I can see the wash machine and dryer all black.
Okay.
I can see in the glass right there. They were all black. I couldn't get in. It smelled a little bit like smoky burn.
Yeah.
And so I called you guys.
Right.
You guys came. And then you guys came out. I just said I wanted to go away. Told me I couldn't go.
Yeah.
You guys are beat him out.
Yeah. I think that was probably the fireman, I think, that said that. They didn't know what they had, if he was alive or what. But, yeah.
You guys.
In this clip, the interrogator attempts to show sympathy by comforting her, but it is important to note that the evidence was already in the hands of the police. At this point, the interrogator allows her to play her own game, giving her the impression that she was succeeding in deceiving them, all while preparing to catch her off guard.
Okay, when was that? Right when you moved in? What was the time frame on that?
I don't know, but we can call him.
You didn't call?
I called them.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't call him. I'm like, well, did you show up?
I called them.
Okay.
So, and then, so they'd know.
Yeah.
And then they'd tell you whatever they fix, because.
Okay. Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm just saying, when did they come to try to fix this thing? Was it like November, December? What was it? As soon as you moved in. So you had troubles with this furnace right then?
We had my heat thing speaking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We had my heat thing speaking.
Okay.
And it was just repeated that.
This clip holds significance as it demonstrates Nikki's inability to maintain the persona she wished the interrogator to perceive. Her rapid shift in demeanor indicates a lack of authenticity on her part. It suggests that she was not true to herself, which indicates deception or an attempt to manipulate the situation.
We're able to do a lot with digital information.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to get information off of cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to track the location of those cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to go back and pull surveillance video. Even sometimes if someone has turned it off or if it doesn't work, we can still recover that.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to basically go through that scene and find tiny little things
Mm-hmm.
that the naked eye doesn't see.
Right.
We have a lot of new technology that we can do a lot of stuff with, and I pulled no stops on this one, because you asked me why, and I wanted to find out for you. So we can do all that, and like I said, we can track all those cell phones. So we can go back, we can look at camera footage from the area of vehicles coming and going. I'm going to say that Chad's death was not an accident.
What? Mm-hmm.
Based off of all of the information that I've gathered, Chad's death was not an accident.
I don't understand.
Well, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, and I wanted you to hear it from me, going into this. Like I said, we have pulled so many resources in on this, and we have used so much technology on this. We know how this happened. And Nikki, I think you know how too.
I don't. That's why I asked you. I don't know what happened.
Chad did not die in the fire. Okay?
Okay.
Chad was killed by a gunshot.
What?
Yeah. We did an autopsy on Chad.
The interrogator manages to surprise Nikki with the revelation about the cause of Chad's death, but she shows no visible reaction. This contrasts with her previous responses during the interrogation, making her lack of intensity somewhat unusual. Furthermore, when the interrogator directly accuses her, Nikki remains unresponsive and with a calm demeanor denies the charges. This subdued reaction raises questions about her true involvement and knowledge of the case.
Okay. Like I said, we did find the gun on scene.
Sorry, it's not my phone. I don't know what it would be.
It's okay. I think we need to finish with this anyway. So, is there anybody else who's been in that house?
I don't know who would come, in and out of the house. I mean, I don't know who would be in and out. I don't know who would come. I don't know who would be in and out of the house.
Okay. Was there anybody else besides, was it Earl with you when you came back?
Nope.
Did you ever see anybody in the house when you were there? When you came back?
I didn't see anybody.
Okay.
I said we ran in on the house.
Right. So how long were you guys in the house?
At max meeting, 30 minutes, maybe for them. I know it was 8:30 something.
Yeah.
And we left.
Nothing happened when you guys were there? When you guys came at 8:30? When was Chad at bowling then? Okay.
That was his house.
Okay. So you didn't see anybody there? Nothing seemed out of place?
I didn't pay attention. I just ran in and ran out, and that was it. I just grabbed my stuff and left.
Okay. Who is Earl to you?
I've known him. I said he bought stuff. We became good friends. And he's hung out. We all know him. We, joke back and forth. We,
Thank
we
you.
all met back and forth.
It's okay. You can tell me if were you guys romantically involved or anything? No? Okay, so
No.
you weren't boyfriend or girlfriend or
No.
anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm married.
I know, but I just with all that going on.
No. I'm married. He's married.
Oh, he's married.
He's married.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's married. And so then.
All right. So, did you tell Earl about the abuse or anything like that?
He saw the bruise marks, a couple times, but he just said, I wish, wish you guys the best. I wish,
Did he ever seem angry by it?
No, he goes, I'm not getting involved in it. So, you guys, do your own thing and, you need to, figure it out. And, I told my brother knows about the abuse, and he said if there's anything he can do to help me, he would. And
Nikki, Chad was killed. Chad was murdered.
In this clip, Nikki's voice noticeably steadies when the interrogator mentions the name of 43-year-old Earl Howard, indicating a heightened caution with her responses. When questioned further about Earl, she initially denies any association and shifts the topic toward her brother-in-law. This deliberate attempt to deceive the interrogator suggests that Nikki was putting significant effort into hiding the truth. However, she failed to realize that the existing evidence was already pointing towards her involvement.
So I know that you guys left the hotel,
okay.
and I know you guys went somewhere. When you went to Candy Cane Lane, did you ride with Earl?
Mm-hmm.
What did you drive in?
I don't remember what vehicle we were in.
What does Earl drive?
A white truck.
Just a second here. Nikki, this is Joe Aarons.
Hi.
He's with Bureau of Criminal Investigations.
Yeah.
Hello.
And
I have to go soon.
That's why I wanted to come in, and we knew that, so we wanted to get me in here as soon as we could. Then, sorry, I had some other things going on too, so I missed a lot of apparently what you've been talking to him for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I guess at this point, you know, I've reviewed everything. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing you need to be doing right now is you gotta be honest about everything. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of information. I was at the crime scene. I helped process the crime scene. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what my thing is on a lot of this, is the processing and analyzing of things. And all I do is criminal investigation.
Right.
So I know you've been talking to him and told him some things. Some of that I can tell you right now is not true. I know we have video, like he said.
As the intensity of the interrogation intensifies, Nikki's constructed facade begins to crumble. In this particular clip, her demeanor appears a mix of anxiety and composure as the second interrogator enters the room. Her subtle efforts to evade further questioning are evident, indicating her desire to avoid providing potentially incriminating information. Furthermore, when accused of involvement in her husband's murder, Nikki maintains a composed and blank expression, which suggests her potential guilt. These behavioral cues provide valuable insight into Nikki's state of mind and raise suspicions regarding her role in the crime. In an intense interrogation, Nikki faces compelling evidence and partial charges. Overwhelmed by the incriminating evidence, she admits to an affair with Earl Howard, but shifts the blame onto him, avoiding direct involvement in the crime. This behavior demonstrates Nikki's attempt to distance herself, protect her interests, and manipulate the situation to minimize her own culpability. The culmination of the interrogation results in Nikki's admission of her direct participation in the crime. Her defeated and exhausted demeanor indicates the emotional toll of the interrogation process. The act of attempting to destroy her written statement reflects her desperation to protect herself in the face of mounting evidence. It highlights the internal conflict and fear she experienced upon being confronted with the reality of her involvement in the murder.
why did you talk with Earl when they started calling from work?
No, because I've been crazy busy.
Nikki,
And then
your husband just died in a really weird, crazy circumstance that just snowballed out of control. You can't tell me that you weren't thinking of that. That had to be every second of your life from the time it happened.
I talked to him, obviously, yes, I talked to him.
Okay, what did you guys talk about?
I just told him, I said, this is nuts. I said, I just don't even understand because it just seems to be crazy. I said, all I ever wanted him to do was stop drinking.
Right.
Be nice to me.
Right.
That's all I ever wanted.
What did Earl say to do? What did you guys talk about? What did you guys think to do? This is that part where I'm trying to understand.
I said to myself, I don't know. I said, I don't know. I said, Sergeant Aaron, there's some things to me. I said, and everybody was being so mean to me about my phone and everything.
Yeah.
And I said, I just want to understand. I said, he's so nice to me. I said, I just want to go talk to him.
Right.
And every time I tried calling you, you never called me back. And I called so many times. I called. I wanted to talk to you earlier.
And Nikki, that's why we're talking now.
And I called.
Okay, and that's why we're talking now, okay?
And I called.
We can get past that point, okay? That's your conscience telling you to do the right thing, okay? That's the mother in you of two children telling you you have to take care of them, you have to come forward, you have to tell them. So tell me what those conversations were so I can understand and I can make sense of this. And like I said, if this is something that's snowballed out of control, like you said, that can make sense, right? But I can't keep dragging these answers out of you. I can't keep dragging what happened. I can't ask for the truth any harder.
I kept telling Earl, I said, I just want to talk to him. I said, I just want to talk to Aaron. And he goes, call him then. And I said, I do. And he never answers my phone and calls. And I said, I don't understand. never called me back. I called anyway, like the next day already. And I called.
And I came out with you the next day,
No,
Friday,
no.
or Monday, I apologize, Monday.
But I called, like, even after you had my phone.
I know, that was on the weekend, I didn't have that phone, I'm sorry.
And I called, they even called down here. And later, it didn't work again. And I said, I just want to talk to him.
Okay,
I just really want to talk to him.
okay, well, we're talking now, Nikki.
And I said, I just need to talk to him. They called you other times and you never called me back.
All right, we gotta get past that, Nikki. We're talking now, so that's okay. I apologize, I'm sorry, but we're talking now.
Nikki, we're not questioning why you're only telling us this now.
Right, we
I mean,
understand.
this I understand.
This is understandable,
I
that.
said, I just don't understand. I said, this is crazy. I said, it went so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I can't even think. It's just nuts. I said, it went from. I'm not gonna make this statement.
That's enough. You don't have to be like that about it.
Nikki Ensel's trial concluded on January 7th, 2020, resulting in her being found guilty on all charges related to conspiracy to commit murder and arson. Working in collaboration with her lover Earl Howard, Ensel was held accountable for the murder of her 42-year-old husband, Chad Ensel. Nikki conspired with Earl Howard to carry out the murder and arson. This highlights the premeditated nature of the crime and the involvement of multiple individuals. Overall, the case highlights the complexities of criminal conspiracies, the importance of thorough investigations, and the pursuit of justice to hold individuals accountable for their actions. Does this case remind you of similar cases? If you'd like us to cover them, mention them in the comments.